What's a hobby someone can have that is an immediate red flag? My old roommate used to go out driving on rainy days specifically to splash pedestrians. That seems pretty red flaggy to me. That's straight up evil. Yeah, it is. I remember taking the bus late one Saturday night after work to get Easter candy baskets and toys for my kids the next morning. The ride before the bus came, someone purposely splashed me at the bus stop by, veering into the large gutter puddle, and everything was ruined. Dog fighting. Or sea fighting. You know, the bird one. What about the other one? That's fine. That's a pink flag. There was a post of a guy that was angry at his mother because her hobby was to find random people on the net, find everything about them, and message them about it. My name is Betty. You don't know me. I'm a stranger on the internet. I know you work at Big Mike's Pizza 5 days per week. You have a dog named Muffin. You celebrated your 19th birthday last week. You don't have a girlfriend right now. You like porn. Don't worry. I'm not going to hurt you, but just wanted you to know. You live on Maple Street. Apostrophe. Gentlemen, by the end of this meeting, you will all refer to me as Betty, followed by weird fucking laughing man I miss Kung POW. I should watch it again. Chicken go cluck cluck. Cow go moo. Pig go oink oink. How about you? We trained him wrong on purpose. As a joke. Apostrophe. I'm bleeding. Making me the victor. Posting everything. Every single thing on social media /view 200D. Knew one dude from work that did this shit. Annoying as all hell. Unfriended when I was scrolling through, and he had posted a selfie of him on the toilet and a caption that said poopin'. Apostrophe. Making fake animal rescue videos. Abusing animals. Hurting and making fun of homeless people for content. Do you know the one where pranksters put toothpaste in Oreos and gave them to a homeless guy? Yeah, that was fucked up. I'm just really into Hitler. Apostrophe. No, I love him. Not just his outfit. Apostrophe. There's a luo about Hitler up. I think every human being has some of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler. I'm just gonna lurk and see if people think my hobbies are red flags. Is lurking a hobby? Am I a red flag? Get 'em. We did it, Reddit. Big back quote em away. Toys. I saw a post yesterday here about a guy that uses real mouse hearts and testicles and places them in a clear resin cast Lego man. I don't know what that is, but red flag. If I had a nickel for every time I saw someone referencing Lego man, I'd only have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Now, I have 3 nickels. Adopting too many kids/animals, especially when you can't afford them. So, got any hobbies? I collect children. Apostrophe. Gambling. Casey, I know dealer here. It's almost never a hobby. One of my peers, who had a successful career in the medical industry, started playing poker religiously a couple years ago completely out of the blue. As soon as he wakes up he starts gambling on multiple applications on his phone. He plays every evening, whether it's with friends or just random people. He started with no/low stakes and has worked his way up to higher and higher stake games. He used to be interested in live music, art, gaming. He would hang out with friends when gambling wasn't involved. He had to move back in with his parents and stop buying weed, a 24/7 habit, since he was 10 or 12. Not sure if that's related to his addiction to poker. He won't say why he has had to give up so much recently. Still, all he talks about is when he is going to the casino next. From living in Vegas, I see the pattern of people having a bad poker night and then going to less skill-oriented games to make the money back. A $200 loss can become a $5,000 loss in a few minutes. Pageantry, like taking your shirt off, but leaving your sunglasses on. Do you want to fight with those shades on or play pokersters? Look at that fucking treasure trail. I'm pretty wary of anyone that push other people to turn their hobby into a money-making hustle. Are you my mother? If I can't make money doing it, it's apparently a waste of time. Guy who spends hours each week on IG, commenting, liking and ming random models they never met. IDK. Running spontaneous Dungeons and Dragons game for random models seems pretty nice. Girls only like guys with great world crafting skills. I'm so sick of hearing I only date guys who are tall, dark, and able to design elaborate lore for the Duchy of Agbear without railroading me into it, and who's their nice guy friend they come crying to when the other guy's encounter design inevitably gets a bit too rough. You guessed it. One of my favorite Onion articles is about a guy who is upset that every girl he dates is only into him because of massive manga collection. Good stuff lol. Crushing Monster Energy drinks and punching drywall edit. The replies have me cackling. No, my name is not Kyle. What did you just say to me, bro? Bro? Are you serious, bro? Bro? Morn, bro. What's wrong with you, bro? Collecting blood slides. My friend had one next to his table next to his AC unit. When I asked him about, he gave me this weird smile and claimed it was for work. I never had beers with him since. Surprise motherfucker. Man, they did Oaks wrong. Honestly, they were nicer to Oaks by killing him outright. In the books, he's horrifically tortured and lives sidelined by disability to not even prevent Dexter. If a person is so preoccupied with their social media that this person has time to actually live and communicate in the moment, it's fine if you can communicate about it and make arrangements. But I'm not dating a person in a three-way relationship with Zuckerberg. I would be totally fine with a person that has to have a heavy social media presence for work. But I would want to be able to set boundaries that work for both on us on it. Yay. My sister-in-law talks about influencers as if they are her friend Cyril. I can't have a conversation with her without her taking out her phone and showing me someone she followed before they got famous. It's exhausting and honestly awful to talk with her. Her husband, my brother, has suggested she see a counselor about it and believes she genuinely thinks in her head she knows these people. Edit guys. She's in her late 40s. I'm sure there's similar posts in English. But I recently watched a French YouTuber do a kind of sat his own community. I'm not your friend. He was taking a step back on the weird parasocial relationships that form between viewers and entertainers. So maybe look up parasocial relationships and see if you find something that could speak to your soul. Cutting the eyes out of pictures of women in magazines. My son is a big fan of that as well. Next you'll tell me he has a collection of left hands. No. They're right hands only. Are you sure? Try flipping them over. They might be left hands. Family vlogging completely violate children's privacy. Using kids to shore up your own online presence is not okay. There are patents pimping their kids on OnlyFans, Patreon, etc. I watched 2 videos the other day exposing that PPL can buy our exclusive picture sets of several 8 to 14-year-old girls who are prominent on TikTok via parent-run accounts. They showed the metrics, and their viewers and buyers were like 75% males between the ages of 23 to 47. F insane. The pics were blurred in the expose, of course, but the pics were said to be sexy bikini pics of little tween and teen girls. Disgusting shit. As a person with a kid who didn't even really want kids even, it absolutely blows my mind how easily some people exploit their own children. Like, that is your baby. How fucked in the head do you have to be to put money over the privacy, safety, and dignity of your child? I don't even post regular innocent family photos of my kid on social media, outside of like sending direct Snapchats to her dad and uncle. I'm far too paranoid about the kind of people that might see them. Even though I'd like to think I'm not friends with anyone that would look at her in some kind of predatory way like that. Damn, that just really makes me so angry. When you have a kid, your entire purpose for the remainder of your life should be raising them to be the best version of themselves they can be, and protecting them from the evils of the world as best you can, not sacrificing them to those evils for a quick buck. Holy shit. Influencing. Back in 1990 we had them. The were called commercials, then infomercials. Then the S became ridiculous. Such a disturbing phenomena. Was in line at a touristy ice cream shop near me, and the line was probably 20 deep at that point. 3 women approached the counter and asked for samples of various kinds. It was their turn in line. So fine. Next thing you know, one whips herself up and starts making a live video of how they just discovered this place. They spent the next 2 minutes sucking their samples off mini spoons for their fans. People still waiting in line would just like get out of the way. They never actually ordered anything. For me, these women epitomize idiocy of influencing. They never actually discover anything but pretend they're the first person to experience things. So fake. Influencers are nothing more than the popular people in high school that never grew up and peaked in high school. They crave constant attention. It's usually the female version of the football players who hang out at bars in their Letterman jackets talking about going to state. On a first date. Casually talking underscore. And well, you know, I guess there's more than one way to skin a cat. Right. 4. What? There's 4 ways to skin a cat. Apostrophe. According to college biology, there is only one way to skin a cat properly. Preferably a dead one. Edit. Spelling. I'd like to think that alive falls into the unpreferable category. Someone reading a ton of philosophy can easily be a very good sign. Or a massive red flag depending on what specifically they are reading so much of. Chidi and Agonai over here holding both flags and getting a tummy ache. This is why everyone hates moral philosophy professors. War crime this. Code of conduct that. Well, reading the comments, I'm feeling better about my Warhammer collection. I feel like collecting and painting con miniatures would be a bunch of red flags for me. I'd even say red banners. Blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull throne. Milk for the cornflakes. Shrines to people lol. When I first met my now late significant other, my son wanted to be sure he wasn't a killer and protect me. We were literally neighbors, so one day we walked to his house and my son said, "Let me see that you don't have pictures up of my mom with X's on them." He thought my son meant picture of his EXS. Nope. My kid just wanted to be sure there was no shrine to me somewhere with my face crossed out by Sharpie markers. Edit. Wow. Almost 7k upvotes. Thanks for making me feel internet famous today on my birthday, and for the kind words about my family. Probably just watched Hey Arnold. The sculpture made out of Arnold's used chewing gum is quite bone chilling in retrospect. Running an MLM or being admin, dictator, of a local area Facebook group. Dude, I'm one of the mods in our local FB gardening group. SOOOOO, much drama in what I thought was a peaceful calming hobby. Yeah. I see a lot of dictators in the few groups I've been in. But I feel like it's probably due to how shitty the members of the group are most of the time, rather than them actually wanting to be assholes. There's one local woman who is so crazy with her groups that there are multiple local groups that are local buy and sell without our groups that are designed for people who don't want to be in groups with her. Someone added me to one so I could find a member selling something I was looking for, and I was banned from all of her groups the same day. That's so FKN funny. The spiritual nonsense. Like the really outlandish stuff. Like sunning your butthole. Sorry. Hard pass. I for one refuse to recognize butthole sunning as spiritual. Think of the sunburn PPL. Don't listen to this crap. It's just a bunch of moon-centric propaganda. Expose Uranus to the heavenly light of the sun to truly experience the divine. Making see-through Lego men with mouse organs inside. People do that. That's fucked up. Specifically, mouse hearts and testicles. I don't remember what sub it was, but I saw a picture of it, and I'm traumatized now. I have dated 2 horse girls in my life and both ended up very similar. Nay, I started riding when I was 7. There are horse girls, and then the other horse girls, and we are all named Laura. Source, Amalora. Went to an all-girls riding summer camp. So many Loras. Lmao, this is so funny to me. My aunt's name is Laura, and she is in fact a horse girl. As a Magic the Gathering player, Magic the Gathering players made me stop liking Magic the Gathering. Yup. My first foray into a real MTG game with a standard deck was about 11 years ago. I played a guy that had Blightsteel Colossus in his deck, and my deck was fully dependent on milling them. I misread the card. I thought it would shuffle itself, and the graveyard like Emrakul. We played through the game. He did the graveyard shuffle like 4 times, and I lost the game. After we were done, he snidely admitted that it only shuffles itself. But since I let it happen, it was my fault. I was pissed that somebody would do that to a brand new player in a casual game. Yeah, that guy is a raging asshole. And also pretty sure he was technically cheating. Of course I don't know the in and outs of the rules and what level of rules enforcement this was being played on. But pretty sure knowingly performing a car defect incorrectly goes against the rules. Definitely should be if it isn't. I'm not sure about the rules 11 years ago, but today, that would be textbook cheating, and I assume it was pretty similar back then. He knowingly, he even admitted it, broke the rules to gain an advantage. Even at the lowest rules enforcement, that's a disqualification. Arguing with strangers on the internet. Not like usual discussions or anything. Just taunting people because you're bored. My mother does this. Goes to FB pages specifically geared towards those who she dislikes. Messages them a big long nasty gram. Then blocks them before they can fight back. And yes, my mother is exhausting. But when she blocks them, she's also blocking their ability to see her manifesto. I'd love to know whether or not you're gonna let her know this. Lol. My mother isn't much of an idealist or zealot. She's a narcissistic rage monster who finds pleasure in taking out her anger on others whilst refusing to acknowledge any sort of counterpoint. It's literally about attacking someone and then taking pleasure in the idea that they are riled up but can't argue back. My childhood was spent being screamed at for every single problem in her life, but if I said anything to try and stand up for myself, I was giving her a nasty attitude, and how dare I talk back. Speed sewing Moroccan flags. Huge red flag. Flags. It's just one flag. Over and over.